the entire week. It started on Friday, so Friday, Saturday, revision is on Sunday. Alright, so yes, let's start. And without further ado, I suppose, yes, there are people joining. Okay, so I would like everyone to join as quickly as soon as possible so that we can start the session. And let me know how's your preparation for the excuse me, for the CGL exam is going on. This is the last leg, the last step, the last phase of your CGL exam. Your exams are just round the corner. Just round the corner. So I want everyone to just practice. Do as many questions as possible. Do not restrict yourself. Do not study do not put any time to your study. Just study day and night, and study hard. All right, and do as many questions, revise them, and keep on repeating the cycle. The success is not far away. All right, chalo. Let's start. And yes, daily current affairs. By daily means daily, every day, even on Sundays, we are here for you. Yes, a very important and very a big motivation. If you can dream it, you can do it. So if you want something in life, you have to dream for it. And if you're dreaming something, then you have to work for it. All right, chalo. So without any further ado, let us just jump right into session. Okay, so the first news article or the first question or the first piece of information that we want to discuss here, the question is, which of the following organizations conducted India's first floating financial literacy camp? Okay, so we have already discussed the last time that what would be a first financial literacy camp. See, basically the entire event was focused on financial literacy. Now, what do you mean by financial literacy? Financial literacy means how to judiciously use one's money. Okay, you have earned some money and then you're going to spend it all. You're not going to save, you're not going to invest, then that money is not going to take you anywhere. Okay, so the best part is you should know where to invest, you should know how to save it, where to put your money so that it can give you enough returns. Okay, so financial literacy means how to use your money, how to use your money. Okay, so financial literacy camp, and it was India's first floating financial. And what do you mean by floating? You can see in the picture that we have some houseboats also called as shikaras. Okay, and this was conducted on Dal Lake. This was conducted on Dal Lake in Srinagar in Jammu Kashmir. Okay, so it was conducted on Dal Lake. So understandably, it was floating in nature. And another important thing about this event was it was by the women for the women. Okay, so it was by the women and for the women. Okay, so the question remains, the question that is being asked to us is, which of the following organization undertook this event? Was it A, India Post Payment Bank, B, Reserve Bank of India, C, State Bank of India, or D, Securities and Exchange Board of India, also known as SEBI? So which one of the following is the correct answer? Okay, so the correct answer for this one is India Post Payment Bank. So India Post Payment Bank is a department, you can understand, under India Post. So India Post, who doesn't know about India Post? Okay. Earlier people used to send letters through India Post, but now personal letters have decreased because we got mobile facilities, we got WhatsApp, we got text facilities, so messages can be sent across instantaneously, but still India Post is used for magazines, for documentation delivery. Okay, so still commercial part of things are still maintained. So India Post it does that. So under that India Post, we have a department called India Post Payment Bank, and India Post Payment Bank undertook this initiative. Okay, so important thing about now India Post, we understood what is India Post Payment Bank. Now another question arises, what is a payment bank? What is a payment bank? See, we understand what's a bank. We all understand what's a bank. Okay, bank is a financial organization, is a financial institution which takes your money, it keeps it, it provides you with interest in some cases, and can also lend you money, also can give you money on credit, and all can also issue credit cards. So that is a full function of a bank. But when we attach the word, when we prefix it with payment, what does payment means? So payment bank, what does a payment bank means? So payment bank, so payment bank, you can understand it as bank light. That means it is operating as a bank but not with full features. For example, excuse me, like banks, payment banks can also take in money. They can give, they can open savings account, they can save your money. Okay, the savings can be done, but they cannot issue credit card. So credit cards cannot be issued. Okay, so they cannot give you loan. So credit cards are not issued. Okay, so credit cards are not, but they can take in your money, but they will not lend you money, they will not issue credit cards. And also the upper limit is 2 lakh rupees per person for a payment bank. Okay, so it is more entirely focused, inclined towards saving money. Okay, not lending it out. Okay, so when we have this example, when we lend out money to industrialists and to big businessmen, they don't give the money back. So that results in NPA on non-performing assets. Okay, so bank has, let's just say 30,000 crore. Out of 30,000 crore, 10,000 crores were given to different industrialists and they did not return it. Okay, and they fled India. So 10,000 crore rupees went down the drain. Okay, who's gonna pay that 10,000 rupees? Government will come in, or the bank, or the shareholder, sorry, the account holders, they have to bear the brunt. Okay, so such things happen. So payment bank is a very safe method, okay, of saving money. Now one question to you is, which was India's first payment bank? It's a new concept. It's a new concept, and let me also tell you that there was this committee. There was this committee that recommended to use payment bank. Okay, and the name of the committee was Nachiket More Committee. The name of the committee was Nachiket More Committee. Nachiket More Committee. So Nachiket More Committee, okay, the Nachiket More Committee recommended that there should be something called as payment banks, and then payment banks were issued. And India's first payment bank was, you must have heard about it, Airtel Payment Bank. There were enough advertisements on TV. Okay, when it was launched initially, it was launched with all enthusiasm in the country. So we have seen enough TV commercials on this one. Okay, so India Airtel Payment Bank was the first payment bank to be to start, and Nachiket More Committee recommended the concept of payment banks in India. Okay, this is all clear. So the answer to this question is India Post Payment Bank. All right, I hope it is clear to you. All right, let's move on. Let's understand the next one. Okay, so next one. The next question is a little international. The earlier one was on India. It was domestic, it was national based, and the event was on Dal Lake. Okay, so event was on Dal Lake in J&K. Now this is another question. This is a little international question. This is based on climate change. See, climate change is for real. Climate change is for real, and one important thing about climate change is all our development, all our progress, all our scientific discoveries, all our economic might will go down the drain if we do not put climate in check. Okay, we have big industry. Let's just say we have amazing industry. We have oil refineries. We have IT sector. We have this. We have that. We have defense manufacturing. We have everything. But there's an earthquake. There's a tsunami. There's a volcanic or eruption. Okay, there's worse air quality. Okay, and worse water. So if climate is not put in check, okay, if climatic forces are not put in check, or we do not mend our ways, then we're gonna meet very devastating. Then we have a very devastating future waiting for us. Okay, so that is the big problem. So to check, okay, to check our what we are doing to have a sustainable future, sustainable development, climate change is properly addressed. So we have different organizations, different events where the world leaders, they come and they meet and they establish some norms. Okay, so in that context we have UNFCCC COP 27, that is Conference of Parties excuse me, conference of parties. So conference of parties 27 means the 27th edition, 27th session, where everyone, important leaders from the big countries, all developing countries, developed countries, they come together on a common same platform, and they discuss things that we want to do this, we do not want to do this. For example, a few years ago, coal was very important. See, to run any country, to run any civilization, to run any nation, we need energy. We need energy sources. If there is no electricity in the country, if there is no transport in the country, if there is no communication in the country, imagine even for 1 hour. Let's just say even for 5 minutes, that would have devastating effects on economy, on everyone. Okay, so energy security is very important. So countries like India and China were heavily dependent on coal. Okay, all the developed countries were not using coal, not that much. We were using, China and India are developing countries, and we want to develop, we want to make our energy resources secure. So we were using coal. Okay, so in developed countries, they were like, you cannot use this, you cannot use coal. So they were putting pressure on us. So similar international events are there where what other countries are doing and they should not do, things like that. They are discussed. Okay, so it is very important. This is very important. This climatic change has to be addressed, and to address that, we have a conference called as COP27. It is being held in Sharm el Sheikh. The Sharm el Sheikh. The question is, Sharm el Sheikh is in which country? Okay, I made you understand the context of it. What is UNFCCC? What is COP27? Why it is used? Why we are meeting and discussing about climate? Why it is so imperative? Why it is so important to discuss? Okay, so UNFCCC COP27 Sharm el Sheikh is the city or the venue. The country is being asked. The name of the country is it Israel, is it B, UAE, or C, Egypt, or D, Qatar? The correct answer to the question is option C, Egypt. You can also see here. Okay, Sharm el Sheikh. So most probably in most exams, the question would be this, based on this. Okay, if they want to make it a little difficult, they can give you this information, the name of the venue, but they can ask you the country. Okay, so it can go either way. So both the information are provided to you. Okay, just to tell you the capitals, Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. UAE capital is Abu Dhabi. Okay, Egypt is Cairo, and Qatar is Doha. And Qatar is in news, and Qatar is going to be news because we have FIFA World Cup scheduled in Qatar. 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Okay, chalo, this is done. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so question number 3. Question number 3 is on cinema. Okay, it is on art. Okay, so which country will be featured in the country focus segment of the 53rd edition of International Film Festival of India, IFFI 53? That means India, the International Film Festival of India. Okay, this is the most, not just in India, this is the most important film festival, not just in India, but in entire Asia. Okay, it's in entire Asia. So in this one, in this segment, in this event, movies, cinema from different countries, from different places is showcased, and it's more about celebrating cinema. Okay, and also putting India on the world map. See, when you talk about film festivals, Cannes Film Festival is very famous. Cannes Film Festival is very famous. Wherein big filmmakers, small filmmakers, some people who have made amazing movies, impactful movies, such movies are showcased there, and ideas are discussed. Okay, so they also do have a segment called as country focus. For example, a country is picked this year. This country X will be picked, and all the amazing movies, all the entries will be shown in the event. At the event, the movies will be shown at the event, and it will be, and the movies will be celebrated. Okay, so which country is the country focus segment? So which country is in focus in this segment, in this festival? Is it the country, is it USA, or is it France, or is it South Korea, or is it Italy? The correct answer to the question is France. So there are around 6 to 8 movies that have been scheduled, that have been screened at the IFFI 53. Again, 53 denotes the edition. Okay, so France is correct. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next question, yes. So next question we have World Travel Market 2022. So World Travel Market. The question is the World Travel Market 2022 is going to be held at where? So again, this question is on events. This question is on events and World Travel Market. By the name of it, you got it that it is a tourism related event. This is a tourism related event. So this event becomes even more important. This event becomes even more important because we know that this is post COVID. This is post-COVID, and during COVID, the travel was banned. People were not meeting each other. The biggest sector, one of the biggest sector that took a great hit was tourism. People were not traveling. Countries, cities that were dependent on tourism for forex to run their GDP, they collapsed. For example, we have many countries like the small countries. For example, we have Nepal. Nepal is heavily on tourism. Okay, then we have Maldives. Then we have Mauritius. Such small countries, Fiji. Okay, such small countries, they do not have big industries. The only thing they are very beautiful. They are very beautiful. And they have amazing scenic beauties. So people around the world, from around the world, they come, they spend some time there, and they spend the money. So that is how the locals get their jobs, get their livelihoods. So that is how such countries they run. All right. So during the COVID period, people were not traveling, and these countries, they took a major hit. Okay. So that is why this event is very important. So what India is doing, understandably what India will do, India is promoting itself. And from India, Ministry of Tourism, rightly so. So Ministry of Tourism is representing India, and Ministry of Tourism is telling everyone that please come and visit India. We got amazing places. We got very interesting places. From the north, we have snow-capped mountains. Down south, we have backwaters. We have beaches. East, we have amazing jungles, and on the west, we have deserts. So we have everything. Whatever people can wish for, we got everything. You can go to Andaman and everywhere. So such things are being promoted, and India is showcasing itself as a country where people can come and visit the country. Okay, so every country has some tagline. India tourism also has a tagline, and the tagline is India tourism tagline is Incredible India. In Hindi, it's called Atulya Bharat, and also we have a slogan. So this is the tagline, and this is the slogan: Atithi Devo Bhava. The slogan is Atithi Devo Bhava. Okay, the guest is like a god. Okay, Atithi Devo Bhava. This is the slogan, and this is the tagline. And excuse me. And every state in India is also free to have its own tagline. For example, Kerala has God's own country. Okay, God's own country is Kerala. So enough of this extra pieces of information. Okay, let's just go to the question. So the World Travel Market 2022 is going to be held at, is it New York, is it B Seattle, B C Beijing, or D London? The correct answer is option D, London. So London, the capital of UK. And also very interesting thing to tell you that around 4 to 5%, around 4 to 5%, 4% to 5% of the GDP, of the Indian GDP, the contribution is from tourism. So around 4 to 5% of Indian GDP, the contribution is from tourism. So that is not a small contribution by any means, because the size of the Indian economy is not small. Okay? We have a good big economy. We are world's 5th, 6th largest economy in the top 5, 6. Okay, so that is how we gonna see it, and also we want to expand tourism, right? If people will come, they will create jobs. We'll get forex. That is more important. Okay, got it. So let's do the next one. Next question is Lakpati Didi Fair. Lakpati Didi Fair is organized in the state of. The Lakpati Didi fair is, again, you can understand there's a word called Didi, which is used in Hindi to refer your elder sister, or someone, a female who is elder to you, and you have to address as a Didi, as a sister. So elder Didi, or elder sister or Didi fair. So this is again like the first one we had at Dal Lake, floating financial literacy. This is also focused towards women. Okay, so women from self-help groups. Okay, so the most important thing about any individual, the most important thing for any individual is financial independency. Okay, to be financially independent, you should not look after crossing a certain age, after you complete your studies. Okay, you're 18, 19 plus, then you should not look for money from your parents. You know, you should try to do some jobs, and after completing your graduation, then you should go in the job market in full speed. Okay, and that is, and then you should earn your money, and you should not look for financial help from anyone. So a person's dignity, a person's status is always associated, linked to if the person is financially independent or not. Unfortunately, in our society, in our country, and generally all in the world, the women folk mostly is, when compared to men, are not financially independent that much. So to help them be financially independent, and to help them stand on their feet, and to let them lead a dignified life, the state of which of the following has organized Lakpati Didi Fair? Is it A, Uttarakhand, B, Uttar Pradesh, C, Madhya Pradesh, or D, Rajasthan? Which of the following is the correct one? The correct answer is, if you can know the picture, the person is the CM of the state, and the correct answer is option A, Uttarakhand. Excuse me. Option A, Uttarakhand. So in Uttarakhand, the government of Uttarakhand is launching Lakpati Didi scheme, which means they have set a target that till 2025 will make the women folk who gonna invest in this scheme a Lakpati. Okay, at least a Lakpati. Okay, and it is more on investment. Okay, and 2025 will also mark 25th anniversary of Uttarakhand. So that would make 25 years of existence for the state of Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand was established understandably in the year 2000. So Uttarakhand was one of the states that was established in the year 2000. Then we have Chhattisgarh, and then we also have Jharkhand. So these three states got established in the year 2000. Uttarakhand was carved out of Uttar Pradesh. Then we have Chhattisgarh out of MP, and then we have Jharkhand from Bihar. So these were the states carved out from. So Uttar Pradesh, from Uttar Pradesh we got Uttarakhand, from MP we got Chhattisgarh, and from Bihar we got Jharkhand in the year 2000. Alright, so the answer is Uttarakhand. They're going to make the women folk who are going to invest a Lakpati. Alright, okay, let's move on. Next one. Okay, so next is a very interesting question. Operation Vigilant Storm. Operation Vigilant Storm is currently underway in which country? So let us understand what is Operation Vigilant Storm. By operation, we understand, by the picture you understand that it is something to do with military. Yes, it is. So we are living in a very interesting time. In the sense that geopolitical situations are very interesting and can go which way, nobody knows that. Okay. Post-COVID, what happened? And also during COVID, we saw that India-China border clash or tensions at the border. India and China, tensions at the border. Okay, and also China and Taiwan. Taiwan is more on the terms with China, like we have India and Pakistan international relations. So the Taiwanese people were from China once, and there's a group of Chinese people who went separate ways and who established their own regime at Taiwan. Taiwan is a small country. It's an island nation very near to China. Okay, very near to China. China is a big, mighty country, and Taiwan is also not that big or that strong, but still got some firepower and got some very helpful friends. Okay, so China and Taiwan. China understandably tells that China has a very aggressive international policy that my land is my land, your land. Let's sit and talk. That means China, if you have border dispute or with China, China will never say that my land belongs to you. It would always say that my land is my land. We would not have any discussion on my land. Your land, let's just sit and talk. And during our conversation, I'll grab a few kilometers away. Okay, that is how China tries to deal with small countries, other countries. Okay, so China and Taiwan, there's a big clash. China claims that Taiwan belongs to China, and Taiwan says we are an independent country. Okay. So next we have obviously everyone knows about this, Ukraine and Russia. So Ukraine and Russia, big fight is going on, big war is going on. Okay, and then again we have yes. So this is also one important area. North Korea and South Korea also do not see each other eye to eye. They also have they have even worse relations. Okay, so excuse me, national rivalry. They were also once together, one big Korean peninsula, and after World War II they got parted away. Okay, so everyone was together only, but later on they were all separate, and there's bad blood between them. Okay, so such is, and also economic war between China and USA. China and USA. China says that USA is not the leader of the free world anymore. I've arrived on the scene. Okay, so China wants to take that tag. China wants to be number one, and US is the biggest country in its way. Okay, so post-COVID, this is the scenario of the world, and we have inflation, we have food security problems, and we have financial security problems, and we have energy crisis. We have got everything going around in the world after COVID. Okay, so why this is all important? Because we are discussing about Operation Vigilant Storm. So this is in the context of ABCD. The correct answer is option A, South Korea. So South Korea and North Korea are anti to each other, and South Korea and North Korea is a country which does not fear anyone. It doesn't even fear USA, and that is why it got very few friends. North Korea is a closed economy. Nobody really deals with North Korea. North Korea, there's no development. It's more of a dictatorship. It is actually dictatorship. Okay, so what happens here? That North Korea has fired missiles not directly at South Korea, but left and right of South Korea. So the missiles have landed in territorial waters sometime around South Korea, and it is seen as more as a warning shot. The North Korea is saying, do not indulge with USA, and USA got their fighter planes and everything, and they're doing operation, they're doing exercise, military exercise. They're flying their planes around North Korea and threatening North Korea that you be in your limits. Okay, so that is what is going on. So South Korea is the correct answer for question Operation Vigilant Storm. Okay, so it is between USA and South Korea. So this is between USA and South Korea. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one is the sustainable use of ocean resources for economic growth and improved livelihoods, is also known as. Okay, so this is also a very good question. Why it is a very good question? Because we're talking about ocean resources, immense and abundant opportunities. Ocean resources, abundant opportunities, but not exploited properly, but hasn't been exploited properly. Okay, excuse me. The sustainable use of ocean resources. Ocean, as we all know, the world is 30% land, and 70% water. 70% water. It is more like 29% land and 71% water, but in our general parlance, we say 30% water, 30% land and 70% water. So that means we have abundant water on the planet, and that is why, understandably, it is called the blue planet. The Earth, our planet Earth is called as the blue planet because it looks blue from the space. Okay, so we have so much water. Now what happens? The problem is the countries, the nation, only big few countries know how to exploit ocean resources. So from oceans, we get fishes or the fisheries. sea products like seafood and everything that can be caught. The fishes can be caught and sold off. Okay, that can be done. Then we have deposits, mineral deposits. Then we have mineral deposits. Okay, then we have mineral deposits, and we can also have this ready for tourism. Okay, we can have ocean tours. We can do that. That is also can be achieved. It is also important for naval strength. Okay, so there are many applications of and if you have the area, you can allot it to some other country, or you can give it on lease, so the other countries can catch fish and can give you money on that. So this is very important. Also import export. Okay, import export can be done. Okay, so all those things are very important for to grow any country, and ocean resources are not properly exploited. So that is why there are many countries who are looking at oceans now as a very important resource. So the sustainable use of ocean resources. So such a use that oceans do not get depleted, ocean resources do not get depleted, for economic growth, for our own growth and improvement. If we base our economy on that, then what the economy is called what? So the economy is called, is the economy called pink economy? Is it called white economy? Is it called green economy? Or is it called blue economy? I think you can answer this question. You can guess the question. Why? Because it's water everywhere. It's water everywhere. We're talking about ocean. So understandably, if you have to go for any color, you will go for color blue. That is correct. So anything to do with oceans, anything to do with water, the answer would be blue economy. The answer would be blue economy. Also, there was this blue revolution in India, blue agriculture revolution in India, wherein our focus was on improved fisheries. Okay, improved sea products. Okay, so if this is one thing. Next thing is, if you're placing your focus, if you want to develop and you're putting emphasis on jungles, on environment, and you want to you're trying to build an infrastructure which is sustainable, in that aspect, then if it is inclined towards environment, then it would be called green economy. If it is environment based, okay, if it is environment based, it's called green economy. Ocean based, water based, blue economy. All right, I think it is clear to you. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next question reads, the Overhauser magnetometer, also called as OVH. The Overhauser magnetometer, recently developed by Indian scientists, is used for dash. Okay, is it used for to A, measure earthquakes, B, geomagnetic field measurements, C, to predict tsunamis, or D, to measure atmospheric pressure? To measure atmospheric pressure. Okay, so first and foremost, excuse me, if you see anything that ends with a meter, which means this is used to measure something. So if you see meter at the end of something, that means it is used for measuring something. So that is out of the way. And Overhauser magnetometer is actually used for option B, geomagnetic field measurement. Geomagnetic field measurements, we use Overhauser magnetometer. Now, why we are celebrating the fact that it is developed by Indian scientists? Because this is a very expensive instrument. This is a very expensive instrument, and that has to be bought in from other countries. So that was also a drain on the economy, and also it points a question mark on the abilities of the Indian scientists, that we are not able to develop something. So it is a big achievement that we are able to make this one, and in a very cost effective manner, and also we would be able to export it. Okay, like we did for MOM, that is the Mars Orbiter mission. For Mars Orbiter mission, we were able to place our Mars orbiter in the orbit of Mars, which was less than the budget of the Hollywood movie Gravity. So that is the experience, that is the expertise of the Indian scientists. Okay, so all kudos to them. All right. So what is used to measure earthquakes? Let's just get it out of the way. Richter scale. So Richter scale. So Richter scale is used to measure earthquakes, and geomagnetic field measures for Overhauser magnetometer. So Overhauser magnetometer is actually placed in Alibag Observatory. Alibag Observatory, which is in Maharashtra. So it is placed there now. Okay. All right. We got a comment. Okay, appreciating our class. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, so we have a question now. Another question. The question reads: Belt and Road Initiative is sometimes mentioned in the news in the context of the affairs of. Okay, so this is a very famous initiative. This is a very famous initiative, and this is by China. Okay, so this is by China. So answer is option C, China. It is not by African Union, not by Brazil, or not by European Union, but China. But this is a very interesting and very amazing initiative by China. I would say amazing because the expanse of it, the magnitude of the operations. They say China claims that they're trying to make this initiative across 150 countries. Okay, 150 countries is not a small number by any chance. Is not a small number by any chance. But the question arises: what what is Belt and Road Initiative? See, what is one of the most important things? I would say the most important thing in the world is business, right? Business. You know what is the world's most profitable business? World's most profitable business is war. Okay, it's war, because if it is war, if it's all out war, then people will pay. The countries will pay the defense manufacturers. They would pay. They would overlook their national budget. The money that was allocated for women education, for hospitals, for roads, for railways, the money would be taken out and would be given to defense manufacturers, and tanks and missiles and guns and gunship and whatnot will be bought. So war is the most profitable business. If there is war, the countries are fighting for their survival. So they would not leave any expense. They would all pay everything. Okay, so that is why wars are the most expensive, the most profitable business. Okay, so as we discussed, business is more important, and China is very good at business. Chinese are very good at business. China will never go to war. Even though have their border tensions with India, they have border tensions with Taiwan, but they will not go all in war, because war will set any country. War sets back any country by 5 to 10 years. Now there's war in China, there's war in Ukraine and Russia. Now Ukraine is getting all the bombs. I mean, Russians are pounding bombs at missiles at destroying their cities, destroying the infrastructure, destroying the buildings of the Ukrainian people of Ukraine. So imagine when the war is over. When the war is over, then there's a problem. What problem? The Ukrainians would need a lot of money to rebuild the infrastructure. Okay, to rebuild those buildings, to rebuild those hospitals, to rebuild those roads, railways, and everything. So that's gonna take a lot of time. So country would be highly on building things, asking for money, getting their business, getting their industries on stand, exporting, doing business, and it's gonna set Ukraine 5 to 10 years behind. So the war, nobody wants war, because war will set you back by at least 10 years. Okay, so Belt and Road Initiative we were discussing. So it is a business ambition, trade ambition of China. We all understand there was something called as Silk Route. Okay, so Silk Route was an ancient route that went across from India to Europe to Upper Asia, and that also crossed through China. So a lot of commodities were traded. In silk via the Silk Route. But why it is called Silk Route? Because silk was the most expensive thing that was traded from on that route. And let me tell you a very interesting story about silk. Okay, silk comes from silkworm. It is excreted by silkworm, and the threads are then used, and then silk cloth or silk fabric is created. The knowledge was with the Chinese. Chinese knew it. Only the Chinese knew it, and Chinese would would get amazing cost for it. They would go to the countries, they used to go to Europe and other different kings, and they used to sell their amazing silk fabric, silk clothes on a very high prices, and they never told anyone how silk is obtained. Okay, to some estimate, some say for 1,000 years, the Chinese did not let anyone know how silk is manufactured. Okay, how silk is obtained. Nobody knew that how silk is. They were able to maintain monopoly on silk, and that is how they were used. They were used to. They got very high prices for silk because nobody else was selling it. They only got the highest prices. So that is the level of secrecy that is maintained by Chinese. The Chinese are also maintaining this. They are also trying to have this Belt and Road Initiative where they will include 150 or odd countries, and they will charge a lot of money on it. Okay, so they're gonna get super rich. They want to get super rich from this initiative, and whoever controls this Belt and Road Initiative would obviously become the master of the world. That is why India is not supporting it. India is dead against it. Okay, so there was this meeting called SCO meeting, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, where China and India also member of this organization, and China asked India to support the Belt and Road Initiative, also called as BRI. India straight away said no, we are not going to help you, we are not going to support you, because this will go against our national interest. That is the story here. Okay, so enough of this, and the correct answer is China. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is the next question. Let me take a water break now. Okay, so next question is, where was the India Water Week organized? India Water Week was organized where? So this is the question. So India Water Week. We all know that water is a very precious commodity. It's a very important commodity, and it is high time that we save water. It's high time that we save water. Without water, we cannot imagine anything. Water is so important. Water is so important that when we were hunters and gatherers, and when we did not settle down at anywhere, we understand from the history that the Egyptian civilization, the Indian civilization, the Harappan civilization or the Indus Valley civilization or any other civilization always started on the rivers, on the banks of different rivers. For example, the Mesopotamian civilization was on the banks of Euphrates and Tigris river. Harappan civilization, Indus river. Okay, the Egyptian civilization on the banks of river Nile. So all the civilizations, when people want to settle down, they wanted water, they needed water. Okay, so that is the level of water. That is how important water is. But unfortunately, and also as I told you, we have 70% water in this world, but unfortunately the potable water, the drinkable water is very less. The water that can be used for our purpose is very less. So just to reiterate that thought, the government of India organized India Water Week, and it was organized at option B, Greater Noida. It was option B, and Greater Noida is the state of Uttar Pradesh. All right. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, so we got a question now, and the question reads: recently, it's a very unfortunate event. A very unfortunate event happened recently. An unfortunate rope bridge incident occurred. Identify from the following the name of the place where the incident occurred. So you can see this is Gujarat. The map of Gujarat is showcased on my left hand side. Okay, so rope bridge incident happened where? It happened at a place where Porbandar, Okha, Vapi or Morbi. So as you have seen discussions on television, as you have read newspaper or news articles. Okay, so the correct answer is Morbi. It's a very unfortunate event. But sometimes such questions are asked that where this event happened, just to see the level of awareness. Okay, so just to tell you something more about Gujarat. So this is the outer body of Gujarat, and very important, very interesting thing about Gujarat is there are many factors, there are many features about Gujarat, but one of the biggest there's a question on Gujarat that is asked often, that which state in India has got the longest coastline. The longest coastline is of the state of Gujarat. The longest coastline is of the state of Gujarat. Okay, so that is a question that is often asked in the exam, and for this question, the answer is option D, Morbi. Okay, let's move on. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so next question reads, Mangarh Dham ki Gaurav Gatha. Mangarh Dham ki Gaurav Gatha was a program organized to honor. Okay, so it was a program which was organized to honor A. Unsung tribal heroes and martyrs of the freedom struggle. Was the program for tribal heroes and martyrs of freedom struggle, or it was for the large scale participation of women in the freedom struggle, or it was for to mark the large scale participation of children in the freedom struggle, or none of the above? So Mangarh ki Gaurav Yatra, the correct answer to the question is option A. Unsung tribal heroes and martyrs of freedom struggle. Okay, so one important thing that we all understand is that people from every religion, people from every corner of the country, people from every sect, every race, all the both the genders, male, female, all the ages, every single person, every single community, every single region, every single religion, people participated and struggled for freedom. Okay, we all, our ancestors, our forefathers, they all struggled for the freedom. They fought the British, they fought their repressive policies, and tribals are no different. The tribal history is often not that much taught in schools. That is a mistake that we are going to rectify. The government of India is going to include tribal history in our schools as well. See, tribals always, the British, when they came to India, British did not come to India to develop India. Per se, India was already very developed. The European continent was not developed. We were a lot ahead of them, but when they came, they colonized us. When the British, to some estimate, it said that when the British came to India, the total GDP of the world, 25% of it, 1/4 of it was contributed by India. Alright, if the world earned 100 rupees, India made 25 rupees for that world. Okay, so that was the contribution. That 1/4 contribution only came from India. That was the level that we had. And when British and when British came to India, and this was the level that we contributed. And when they left India, it was less than 1%. It was less. The contribution of India to the world economy was less than 1%. So they took away everything. They took away our money. They took our resources. They also took away our confidence with us. Okay, so they told that you are Indians, you are this, you are that, and British said all the things to Indians, and Indians also, did not. We tried our best, but whatever has to happen, it happens. Okay, but now India is rising. And how? Okay, so Mangarh Dham ki Gaurav Gatha was for A, unsung tribal heroes and martyrs of the freedom struggle. Okay, so this tribal heroes, and I think this is very important. Mangarh is actually a place. Mangarh is a place, and this is in the state of Gujarat. This is in the state of Gujarat. So Mangarh is in Gujarat. So one also important thing to understand, because they might ask you, Mangarh Dham ki Gaurav Gatha is organized at Mangarh. Identify from the following options. Where is Mangarh? The answer would be Gujarat. Okay. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Okay. Next question is, the expansion of horticulture value chain in India event was organized in. So it's A, Pune, B, Kolkata, B, C, Lucknow, or D, Mumbai. The expansion of horticulture value chain in India. So this event was organized at Pune. So what is horticulture? See, when you're only doing irrigation, when you're only doing, we're only raising crops, it's called agriculture, it's called irrigation, but it's called farming. but when you are also doing farming, and with that you're also doing we are raising cattle as well, it's called agriculture. And when you're only doing something called as when you're into flowers, production of flowers, it's horticulture. Okay, so expansion of horticulture value chain in India, fruits, flowers. Okay, so it comes in horticulture. So event was organized in Pune. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so it's a very important question now. Who among the following has been sworn in as the 50th? So 50th Chief Justice of India. So who was sworn in as the 50th Chief Justice of India? So it's a very important event. Okay, and it's a very easy question because you have to remember the name of the one person, and the correct answer is A. D.Y. Chandrachud, B. U. Lalit, Y.V. Chandrachud, or none of the above. Let me tell you, U. Lalit is the previous CGI. So the correct answer to the question is option A, D.Y. Chandrachud. You can see on my left the picture of D.Y. Chandrachud. So D.Y. Chandrachud is the current 50th CGI. Okay, and there's also an interesting fact that Y.V. Chandrachud was also a CGI, Chief Justice of India, and was his father. So Y.V. Chandrachud is the father of Mr. D.Y. Chandrachud. Okay, and here this is the first father-son duo to be Chief Justice of India. Father-son duo, and Y.V. Chandrachud is one of the longest serving CGIs of India. He served a very long term, one of the longest terms he had. And a very interesting thing is that Y.V. Chandrachud passed a few judgments while being the CGI, and his son D.Y. Chandrachud has changed a few judgments. 2 to 3 judgments were changed by D.Y. Chandrachud during his tenure, okay, at Supreme Court. Okay, so this is also a very interesting take on things. Okay, let's move forward and let's see next one. So Ela Bhatt, who recently passed away, was a you can see a picture of Srimati Ela Bhatt on my left. Okay, so such questions are also asked because when an important person from certain field who has made a mark on the society, who has made a mark on the world or on the country, if such a person passes away, such questions ask that this person belong to which field. This is one question. Another one, a very renowned person, they'll give you the name of the field that who belong to this passed away, name the person. So they can put the question, they can ask the name of the person, or they can ask the field they belong to. Okay, or if they were author or authoresses, any famous book they wrote. So anything can be associated, asked a question. Okay, so Ela Bhatt, who recently passed away, was a dash. Was she a famous musician? Was she a renowned politician? Was she a women's rights activist? Or is it D, none of the above? So what do you think? We have Harveer Thakur joining in. Good morning, Harveer. Welcome to Sunday's session. It's the revision session. And good morning, brother. Good morning for coming in. All right. So Ela Bhatt, who recently passed away, was option C, was a women's rights activist. And she had this NGO called Seva. It's called Seva, and she did a lot for the women folk. Okay, women are generally marginalized in our country. Good morning, yeah. So women are generally marginalized. Okay, and as we discussed a couple of questions wherein financial literacy of women empowerment schemes through financial literacy are discussed. Okay, one was at Dal Lake. Okay, and the other one we discussed about Uttarakhand Lakpati Didi. So these two schemes for women. So generally women are marginalized, so they need a lot of care and a lot of respect. Okay, so such initiatives are always appreciated. Okay, so she was a famous women rights activist and she started an NGO called as Seva. I hope it is clear. All right, next one, let's move on. Okay, so yes, a very good question. Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, so a very good question, a very imperative one, very important one, because it is a big shift, a big change. We have just discussed Mangad ki Gaurav Gatha. Okay, so that was primarily for our tribal brothers and tribal heroes of the country. Similarly, Janjatiya Gaurav Divas will be observed. Again, this is an initiative for the tribal folk. whenever we talk about the freedom struggle of India, tribal tribal revolts tribal revolts can never be overlooked. Tribal revolts can never be overlooked. Okay, so we had different tribal heroes who helped India, to further the cause of independence, and among them all, the one who's revered the most, or who's given the status of a god, is called Bhagwan. Okay, so it is Birsa Munda. So he's called Bhagwan Birsa Munda. Okay, Bhagwan Birsa Munda, because he was believed to have some magical powers with him. Okay, people respected him, people revered him, and he also helped people. He also helped people to further their cause, and he was against the British. Okay, so he made his mark. He gave a lot to the society. So now, which of the following date is the date when Janjatiya Gaurav Divas will be celebrated, will be observed, and from this date onwards every year? So it's going to be an annual affair. Okay, is it A, November 15th, or B, November 20th, or December 15th, or December 20th? So what will be the correct answer? The correct answer is option A. Option A, November 15th. So Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, to respect, to pay our respect to the tribal community for their contribution, okay, to the freedom struggle, Bhagwan Birsa Munda. And this is the birth anniversary of Bhagwan Birsa Munda. So, understandably so, on this particular date. All right. I think, Harveer, that is clear to you. Okay. Okay. Now let us talk about the official app. So, this is the YT session. You all know YT session. Okay, very nice. Harveer is giving answer. Yes, Harveer, correct. So everything is free on YT, but the real fun lies when you're preparing for any exam. You need a dedicated application, and for that purpose, we have Exampur official app of Exampur, which it got all the contents, everything that you need to ace any government examination. One stop. So whatever different stages that you will come across during your preparation, if you need practice set, you need classes, you need previous year questions, you need a national level report card, everything will be provided to you. All the job alerts, all the notifications, everything is provided to you. So what are the features? Allow me to discuss the features of the app for a minute. Live paid course with test series. So we would have a live paid course. We have live paid courses with test series. If CGSL is notification going to come up in the first week of December, CHSL. So CHSL notification coming up, you're gonna see the live paid courses for that as well. CGL courses are going on, and other courses as in other notification as in and when they'll come up. Accordingly, courses will be sent out, will be rolled out. Next is free subject wise and topic wise quizzes with report cards. So subject wise quizzes, if you are done with one subject, let's just say you're done with maths, you're done with English, you only want to practice maths or English, that is also there. First topic wise, you're not done with entire maths, but you're done with algebra or you're done with geometry. So you can always do questions from that particular section and get it all, strengthen up. With report card, job alert, that's very important. The preparation of any exam starts with job alert, okay, notification, admit card, and exam date. Okay, all exams, previous year PDFs with solution. Previous year PDFs are very important. Previous year questions with solutions are very important for exam. Exam is not only about study. I mean, reading is also about practice questions, some new sample questions, most expected questions, and also previous year questions, just to understand how a question is being asked in a particular exam. Okay, next is free all India scholarship with test report card. So all India scholarship would also be provided to you. Then we have topic wise free classes. Earlier it was topic wise series, test series. Now it is topic wise live classes. You only want modern India, you only want history, you only want a particular one, that is also available. If you want free full length and sectional test with report card, that is also available. Full length series, full length paper, entire syllabus, that is also section wise. I want only particular section, only general awareness, only maths, that is also allowed. Free exam wise PDF and practice sets PDF, that will be given to you. Exam wise PDF, I want for CHSL, I want for IBPS PU, I want for SBI, that is provided to you. Practice sets PDF most expected questions, previous question will be provided to you also with new questions, new set of questions, practice questions, most expected ones. Daily, weekly and monthly current affairs, yes, like this one. I'm taking daily current affairs, so you'll get daily current affairs, you'll also get weekly and monthly current affairs. Okay, next is unlimited subject wise practice question. So practice is the key. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes any man perfect, any woman perfect, any person perfect. So you want to get perfect, just practice a lot of questions. So you would have unlimited access to subject wise practice questions. Read, take the class, understand the previous questions, give full and test series, get a job, clear the exam. Okay, that's how it's going to be. So Harveer is asking, Harveer, the class starts at 8 a.m. 8 बजे शुरू होती है, 8 to 10. And we are doing CGL revision questions. तो आज Sunday है तो आज मैं revise करवा रहा हूँ. And every day in the morning, same channel, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. we're gonna have current affairs in English. Okay, चलो, we'll move on. Harveer, I think it's clear. समझ में आया आपको? चलो, we'll move to the next one. So next question is, who among the following is the winner of Nobel Prize for Literature in 2021? So Nobel Prizes were announced. Nobel Prizes were announced, and very important. If you are going to take any exam, please go through the list of Nobel Prize winners. Nobel Prize. Chalo, I'll tell you a little story. The story of Nobel, the establishment of Nobel Prizes is very, very interesting. Okay, chalo, let me tell you the story. First and foremost, Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize is awarded in 6 disciplines. Number 1, in any order, it is literature. It is literature. It is peace. It is physics, it is chemistry, it is literature, peace, physics, chemistry, it is economics, okay, and medicine or physiology. Okay, and out of this, economics or economic sciences was established the last, 6th and the last award to be established under Nobel Prize was economics. Okay, it was the last award. Okay, so it was established on the will of Alfred Nobel. Alfred Nobel will means wasiyat. So Alfred Nobel was the person who invented a lot of things, and he's infamous for inventing dynamite. So dynamite is used as an explosive. It was heavily used to construct in the 19th century, construction of railways. There's a big mountain, you want to make a railway line, so dynamite was extensively used. But people also used dynamite in war. Okay, and a lot of people were killed because of dynamite. So people were against Alfred Nobel, and they criticized Alfred Nobel a lot. And Alfred Nobel took this criticism to heart. Okay, he got really offended that I made such an amazing thing, and because of this, construction was made easier, but people are criticizing me. So he thought, he made a lot of money. He was like, when I leave this world after my death, an award should be established, and that award should be given to a person from the following disciplines who has discovered something, or who has made something that really helps the mankind. That helps the mankind to go forward, and that has helped in development and progress of the humankind, of the mankind. Okay, so only if you see only those things are awarded, only those people are awarded who have discovered something substantial. Okay, that would help us to go forward in our journey on this planet. Okay. So this is the story of Alfred Nobel or Nobel Prize. Okay. So now let's talk about the India context. Okay, the India context. So what is the India context? India context is that, and one important thing, when was the Nobel Prize award, established? It was 1901. The first Nobel Prize was given in the 1901, and the first Indian to win a Nobel Prize was Rabindranath Tagore. In the year 1913. In the year 1913, in the category literature, for his book Gitanjali. So Gitanjali was a book written by Rabindranath Tagore, for he received the Nobel Prize in the literature section for the year 1913. So he is the first Indian as well as the first Asian to receive this honor. First Indian and first Asian to receive this honor. Now, another thing, 1930, C.V. Raman. In 1930, C.V. Raman received Nobel Prize in the category physics. For his discovery of Raman's effect. That is scattering of light. Okay. So C.V. Raman was the first Indian and the first Asian. To receive a Nobel Prize in the category of science. So Harveer is giving me answer. Harveer is saying option B. Good guess, Harveer. Very good guess. But the answer is actually option A. Okay, Annie Ernaux is the correct answer. But nonetheless, Harveer, बहुत अच्छा attempt किया आपने. And it's very nice that you attend in the class. I want all the mistakes, if you do in the class, not in exam. Okay. So now Harveer knows that winner of Nobel Prize for literature is Annie Ernaux. Okay, you don't have to, Harveer, you don't have to remember the entire name. You have to just remember one name, a first name or last name. See, this person is Diamond, this Aspect, this is Ben. So any name that you are familiar with, just remember that particular name, because in the exam, these names will always be given. You will always have the question and the correct answer mingled among incorrect answers. Okay, it's very easy to spot the correct answer if you know at least a simple word of it. Okay, so correct answer Annie Ernaux. So this is the story of India at the Nobel Prize. Okay, so first Indian and first Asian, C.V. Raman, first Indian and first Asian to receive in science. Rabindranath Tagore, first Indian and first Asian to receive the first Indian and the first person to receive in literature. Okay, Rabindranath Tagore, first person and first Asian to receive Nobel Prize. Rabindranath Tagore, first person and first Asian to receive Nobel Prize in any category. First Indian, first Asian to receive in science category, C.V. Raman. Okay, so this is the story of Nobel Prize. Okay, are we clear? And anyone else who is watching the session, if you are watching the session but not taking participation, not participating in chat, you're not replying me or replying the answer or not having a conversation, this is not done. Okay, I would highly appreciate if you are in the comment section, if you are participating, if you are giving right answer, wrong answer, it doesn't really matter. Just right answers, just at least type some answers. Okay, and have a conversation. Okay, let me know about your preparation, how it's going. Let's have a conversation. Okay. Okay, next one, question number 2. Which of the following, next question is not number 2, but next question. Which of the following states hosted 36th edition of National Games? So 36th edition of the National Games were hosted where? Okay, so correct answer is the correct answer, Tamil Nadu, B, Kerala, C, Gujarat, or D, Goa. I would take a water break here. Okay, I would like you guys to answer the question. Okay, so in which state hosted the 36th edition of the National Games? Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Gujarat, or Goa? The correct answer is option C, Gujarat. The correct answer is Gujarat. And what about Goa? Yes, there is something special about Goa. Next National Games. So next National Games are going to be held at Goa. Okay. So this is the 36th edition, that means 37th edition. 37th edition are going to be in Goa. Okay. And very important thing, another information from the national games, the the state of Maharashtra was second overall. Maharashtra was second overall. Maharashtra was second overall, but first among states. First among states and UTs. So the question arises: who got the first place? The first place, the first place, the first place was backed by services. Services means the team from Army, Navy, Air Force. Okay, the teams from Army, Navy, Air Force. That is called services. They got the first place, and Maharashtra got the overall first place in states, but overall second place, but first place in states. Okay, Harveer got it. Okay, Harveer got it right. MP Singh, yes, you got it right. Very nice. Superb, superb. Okay, so these are the information about the national games, and okay, okay, next one. So next question is, which higher educational institution from India secured the highest ranking in the Times Higher Education Ranking 2023? So such questions are asked. They are an important ranking, global hunger index, ranking education index. You know, this index, that index. Ranking is very important. India's ranking is very important. Okay, excuse me. And who rolls out? Okay, so which higher education institute from India secured the highest ranking from this all these? Was it IIT Madras? Was it IIT Delhi? Was it IIT Bombay? Or was it IISc, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore? So who among the following got the highest ranking? Highest ranking does not mean rank 1. No, highest ranking also does not mean in top 100. We are in the category 300 to 500. So in the overall universities around the world, Indian institute by the name, the correct answer is IISc, Indian Institute of Science, is among the category 300 to 500 top. Okay, so we are not even into top 300 institutes, and all the IITs, they are above 800. Okay, also it is not a very small feat to have, I mean, given this expanse of the world, there are many universities, and you are even able to make it to top 1000. That is also a commendable achievement, but the real fun would lie if we have into top 100, if we would have at least 3-4 institutions from the country, higher education institution from the country, in the top 100. Okay, so just to give you some extra information, the University of Oxford, got it, the first rank. They got the first place, or first rank, or the highest rank, number 1, University of Oxford, UK. Okay, and the country which has the maximum institutes of higher education in top 100 is your USA. Okay, the country with the highest educational institutions for many country in the top 100 was from USA. Okay, so these two are very important in pieces of information. Okay, so Harveer was saying option C, MP saying option A. Okay, okay, so but we have option D. All right, chalo, let's move on. Okay, next one. Next one is, which Indian city has been conferred with World Green City Award 2022 for International Association for Horticulture Producers? So which of the following cities has bagged this award? Okay. By the time you answer this question, let me tell you what is the award for. Okay. See, if we come across, when we go to a certain city or certain part of any city, we see that the extensive use of nature. Okay, we see some creepers, climbers, we see some trees, we see some flowers, okay, set up by the government, okay, set up by people. So we see the nature is very nice. Okay, generally people cut the trees and we do not see that much greenery in cities, nowadays. But some cities, they've maintained this, that they'll put this percentage or portion of the area. They'll have some trees, they have some bushes, they'll have some plants or creeper climbers. Okay, so such is the question here, that which city was awarded for by the national by International Association of Horticulture Produce as World Green City. Okay, World Green City means a lot of greenery, trees, okay, plants, bushes and everything. So which is the city from India who got this honor? And I would request Harveer to answer. I would request MP Singh to answer, and whoever is watching the session but not participating in comment section, okay, but I would like you to participate. I would like you to answer the question. So what do you think would be the correct answer? So correct answer for this question is option D, Hyderabad. Option D, Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the correct answer. Hyderabad has received World Green City Award 2022. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Next one. Who among the following was the winner of Britain's Booker Prize 2022? Okay, so we have got a question. Britain's Booker Prize 2022, which is from, there is a category in static GK, it's called books and authors. It's called books and author. Acha, so it's called books and authors. So there all the awards are discussed. So it's current affairs, but that is also Harveer saying SSC stenographer. Okay. So Harveer, ये वाले सारे क्वेश्चन सारे एसएससी एग्जाम में आते हैं. आप स्टेनोग्राफर की बात करो, ये करंट अफेयर से क्वेश्चन है. स्टेनो की बात करो, सीएचएसएल की बात करो, सीजीएल की बात करो, हर जगह ये क्वेश्चन एप्लीकेबल है. करंट अफेयर्स की यही खूबसूरती है कि करंट अफेयर्स कभी भी किसी एग्जाम स्पेसिफिक नहीं होता. या बैंकिंग और एसएससी की बात अलग है, बैंकिंग और उसमें क्वेश्चन अलग आते हैं, लेकिन एसएससी के एग्जाम सारे के सारे एग्जाम में आपको ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन मिलेंगे. तो ये सारे के सारे स्टेनोग्राफर सहित ही मान के चलिए, ठीक है. ये सारे के सारे स्टेनोग्राफर सहित ही हैं, ये सीएचएस के सहित भी हैं, सीजीएल के सहित भी हैं, ठीक है, सबके साथ. क्योंकि ये आपके सारे एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन यही पूछते हैं. दे विल ऑल आस्क यू दिस सेम क्वेश्चन, हु वॉन दिस अवार्ड, which city got this award. Okay, so such questions are asked. Okay, chalo. So who among the following was the winner of Britain's Booker Prize 2022? And the answer Sehan Karutilaka, B Ian McEwan, C Alexander Pushkin, or D Hamid Ismailov. So what would be the correct answer? I would request Harveer, एक लगाओ, तुक्का लगाओ यहाँ पे, क्या लग रहा है आंसर, गैस लगाओ. What do you think is the correct answer? Sehan Karutilaka, Iwan McEwan, Alexander Pushkin, or Hamid Ismailov. So what would be the correct answer? So the correct answer to the question is Britain's Booker Prize Award 2022. Option A, Sehan Karutilaka, and he is from Sri Lanka. Okay, chalo, let's move on. Okay, next question is, who among the following won the men's Ballon d'Or or Golden Ball Award 2022? Ballon d'Or or Golden Award 2022 किसने जीता है? Who won it for men's category? Ballon d'Or award, just a simple piece of information. Ballon d'Or, Harveer has given answer. Okay, very nice, superb, correct answer, Harveer. Okay. So Ballon d'Or award is by a French magazine, a French football magazine. And it is one of the oldest and most reputed, one of the oldest and most reputed awards in the world today. Okay, so Ballon d'Or, and the winner of the award most times is Lionel Messi. Okay, Lionel Messi won the most award, most times, the same award most times. But the correct answer for this question is Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema is absolutely correct for this one. Okay, so Karim Benzema got the men's Ballon d'Or Golden Ball Award 2022. Karim Benzema. All right. Okay, let's move on. Let's do the next one. Let's revise it. 2 more Indian beaches have made it to the list of blue beaches. 2 more beaches have made a list of blue beaches. One is Thundi. Identify the one from the following, the other one from the following. Now, let us discuss what is a blue beach. Now, what's a blue beach? Blue beach, as the name suggests, it is a certification. Okay, let us say it's a list. It is a kind of certification that this beach is a very clean beach. Okay, there are many beaches in the world, but some are very unclean, but some are very clean, and but there is no list to identify. There was no list to identify which one to visit, which one not to visit. But now we have blue beach list where we have the beaches are extremely clean. There is a dedicated staff that is kept to keep the beaches clean. Okay, so such beaches, they make it to the list. Okay, so one is Tundi. We have 12 now. The list now is 12. Okay, the list now is 12. Yes, Ajor Rock given by Denmark. Yes, correct. So we have Ajor Rock joining the conversation, joining the comment. Good morning, brother. Good morning and welcome. So blue beaches scheme, blue beaches list is given, and we have 12 right now. So one is Tundi. Which one is the other one? The latest two entries: Kadmat, Majuli, Munro, Agati. Which one? What do you think is the correct one? So is it Kadmat? One is Tundi. Next one is Kadmat, Majuli, Munro, Agati. The correct answer would be option. Harveer has taken a guess. Very good, Harveer. Very good guess, but the correct answer is Kadmat. But nonetheless, good attempt. Now you know that one is Tundi, next one is Kadmat. So we have 12 beaches now. Kadmat is the latest entry. And Majuli, let me tell you, there is a very interesting fact about Majuli. Have you heard something called as riverine islands? There is something called as riverine islands. Okay. First and foremost, what is an island? Island is a piece of land that is surrounded by water on all four sides, generally an ocean or a sea. Okay, so when we have any piece of land, let's just say this is an island. Okay, so if we have water on all four sides, it is covered entirely by water, it's called an island, and generally it is ocean. Generally is ocean or sea. But riverine islands are those islands which are inside a river. Okay, so this is the water that is around, but we have an island in between of water. Such are big rivers, and we have one very important riverine island in India, and that is Majuli Island. Okay, and that is on the river. That is in fact in the river Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra, Assam. It's in which state? Assam. So in Brahmaputra there is river and island, and by island I means by people live on that island. People live on that island, and whenever they want to visit any place, they have their boats. They sit in the boats and they row and they go away and they visit the different areas and they come back. So Majuli Island, people live in Majuli, but that's a river and island, and that is very prone to floods. Brahmaputra river. It is prone to floods, so Majuli Island also gets flooded sometimes. But it's a very interesting thing, and sometimes it is asked in SSC exam that which of the following is a riverine island, or Majuli is a riverine island in which river? So such questions are asked. Okay, so Majuli is the answer. Let's move on to the next one. Ajor Rock is saying Munro in Kerala. Yes, correct. Okay. So we have, and all the other islands were basically from Lakshadweep areas or Andaman, because Andamans and Lakshadweep areas, they're very clean beaches, besides the beaches that we have in the country like Maharashtra or other states or Tamil Nadu, because those beaches are not properly well kept. But some beaches are very well kept. Okay. So next is the National Unity Day, or Rashtriya Ekta Divas is celebrated every year on which date? So Rashtriya Ekta Divas or National Unity Day, which is the date it is celebrated on, observed on 24th October, 31st October, 11th November or 25th December. You do this question, I'll take a small little water break. Okay, so what do we have here? So what is the correct answer? The National Unity Day or Rashtriya Ekta Divas. Harveer is saying option B, Harveer, my brother, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. Well done, Harveer. And the answer is 31st October. Very nicely done. Very nicely answered. So it is celebrated on the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabh Bhai Patel. Sardar Vallabh Bhai Patel. He was the first. He was the first home minister. First home minister of the country, and also he was the first. He was the first deputy minister of the country. Deputy prime minister of the country. Okay, so he was the first home minister, and he was also the first deputy prime minister of the country. Two very, very powerful posts. Two very, very powerful posts, and also very, very important. So actually, deputy prime minister is not a post separately. Generally, home minister is considered the deputy prime minister. Okay, generally home minister is considered the because department of Ministry of Home Affairs, MHA, it's very sensitive and it's very important. Okay, so for number one, we have prime minister. Prime ministership is the most important, and second most important is the home ministry. Okay, because if your country is secured, then everything else is secured. Okay, so and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was a advocate by profession. He was a very smart man, and because of him, we have our country in one big part. Because during partition, we had 565 princely states. Okay, there were 565. The country was majorly into three areas. Areas governed by the British, areas which were independent, and areas which were under princely states. There were three major areas. So princely states, 565, 13 of them, 13 or odd, 13 or so, they went to Pakistan, and rest were in India, and they wanted to be free. The princely states, they wanted to be free, but Vallabhbhai Patel, with his knowledge, with his patience, he secured every other state or princely state of the country, and they asked the rulers to come and join India. That is how India became one. Otherwise, if such measures wouldn't have been taken, then we would have a different India, all segregated, or all partitioned. And there could be a chance then if you wanted to visit Taj Mahal, you would have to take a visa to visit Taj Mahal or any other important place. If you're someone from Uttar Pradesh, someone from Punjab, someone Haryana, and you wanted to go to a beach and you wanted to see a beach, then you would have to take a visa to a different country, because India would have been segregated into different compartments or different countries. But this man has made it possible, one strong India, and he's also called as Iron Man of India. Also called as Iron Man of India. He's also called as Iron Man of India. So these are some of the things. And he was given the title Sardar, which means chief or leader, during Bardoli Satyagraha. Bardoli Satyagraha, by the women who participated in the Bardoli Satyagraha during the freedom struggle. Okay, during the freedom struggle. Okay, so these are some of the things about Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Now I would like to discuss some more things about the different options that we have with us. Okay, so first option we have discussed, the option, the correct 31st December, we have discussed. 31st December is the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. That is why we celebrate unity. And now you understand why unity and why not something else. Because he unified India. He unified India together. All the princely states were asked to join, and he unified India. That is why it's called unity or Ekta. Okay, 24 October, UN Day. On this day, United Nations in 1945. 24th October 1945, United Nations was established. So UN Day. This is what we already covered. 11 November was just a couple of days ago. National Education Day. National Education Day, 11 November. Why? Because 11 November is the birth anniversary of our first education minister. First education minister, Abul Kalam Azad. Okay, first education minister on 11th of November, and then we have 25th December. We have 25th December, and for 25th December, you already know it's Christmas, but that is not the point here. The point is we observe Good Governance Day. Good Governance Day. That is the birth anniversary of our former Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. Okay. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, 25th December, his birth anniversary, Good Governance Day on this day. Okay. So, very important question. We have discussed a lot of things around this. Okay. Chalo, let's do the next one. Let's move on to the next one quickly. The former US intelligence contractor Edward Snowden has recently been awarded the citizenship of which of the following countries? Is it A, Nicaragua, B, Russia, C, Ecuador, or D, Austria? The US intelligence contractor Edward Snowden. If you have heard about Edward Snowden was working for the CIA. CIA is Central Intelligence Agency, a external security agency of the USA. Okay, like we have RAW for the country. Okay, so to secure their borders, they have CIA. So Edward Snowden was working for the CIA, and this gentleman exposed the CIA snooping scandal. That means the USA, the government of excuse me, the government of USA snoops on its own citizens. They read their emails, they read their text, their WhatsApp, their text messages, and they identify their location. They get their mobile locations. Okay, so everything, all the data was collected of the American citizens by the CIA. So Edward Snowden exposed CIA. He exposed the tactics of CIA, and CIA was understandably very embarrassed and very angry and very anguished on this development. So they wanted to capture Edward Snowden, but Edward Snowden ran away, and he was in different countries. He was in the embassy of Ecuador. And Ecuador was giving him safety, and from there he went to other places, and now he is awarded citizenship by which of the following countries? The answer is the country which is against Russia, which is against USA. The answer is Russia. Okay, so anything goes bad in India, then Pakistan would help that person. If a person does anything wrong in India, Pakistan would help that person. Similarly, anything went wrong in USA, Russia is giving citizenship to that person. Okay. So that is about Edward Snowden. There documentaries on different, I think on Netflix, on YouTube, and also what was the CIA snooping scandal and everything. If you want to know, it is available in YouTube. If you have time, okay, you can just go through it. Okay, but do not go through all these things at the cost of your studies. Okay, when you're relaxing, okay, when you're having some time off, half an hour, 15-20 minutes, you can, if you want, you can know about this person a little more. Okay, and how the world of snooping, spying, all this James Bond stuff, you can get a little feel of that. All right, let's move on. Next one is who among the following has been elected the Prime Minister of Israel? So a very important country for India. Israel is a very good friend of India and a very solid partner in international relations. We need some partners like this. Just before I answer this question, I just want to tell you something that during the 1990 Kargil War, India wanted, because there were intruders on the cliffs, there were intruders on Kargil cliffs, okay, on mountains, on the summits, but we did not know the exact location of the intruders, where they are placed exactly. So AJ Rock has answered, and Harveer has also answered. I'll tell you, the answer is new elected. This person is previous. They're asking about the new one. Okay, they're asking about the new one. So I would like Harveer and AJ Rock to take one more guess. Okay, you can take another guess, and MP Singh to take another guess. Okay, to complete my story, so India did not know where the intruders were. Okay, where they were placed, so we were not able to have a pinpoint attack at them. So we requested USA, we requested USA to provide us with a technology that is called GPS. We wanted GPS from them. Okay, we wanted the location of intruders, but USA denied. Said no, we cannot give you the technology of USA. Sorry, the technology of GPS. We cannot give you technology. So Israel come to our rescue. Israel came to our rescue. Israel did not have GPS, but Israel had even better thing that was called Bofors. That was called Bofors, and Israel provided us with Bofors guns, and the Bofors won it for us, and the Bofors guns they won the Kargil for us. So we bombarded the intruders and we made the hellfire on them. Okay. So yes, so Israel helped us, and we were able to acquire Bofors at a very short notice. Generally, such big military contracts, they take time, they take years. But Israel was kind enough to expedite in a very swift manner. Okay, so we got Bofors in record time, and we were able to place them and get the intruders out. And one, so it's often said, that Bofors guns, the Bofors gunship, they won the battle of Kargil for us. So the correct answer for this is option D, Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu is the previous prime minister. Previous to this one, he's the former prime minister. So he is back to power now, and he has very good relations with India. So Benjamin Netanyahu and Prime Minister Modi ji, they have good relations, personal relations also. So India and relation with Israel is going to be even stronger now. All right. So we need some good, strong friends in international relations, because the world of international relations is very messy. Okay, people cannot trust each other. Okay, let's move on. So next we have another question. Arun Bali, who recently passed away, was from which of the following fields? So Arun Bali, a very famous a very famous person. Was he from the field of cinema, from the field of politics, from the field of sports, or from field of art and culture? So very famous person. Like Ela Bhatt, we had this question called from Ela from the previous section, that Ela Bhatt was a famous what? She was a famous women's activist. Similarly, Arun Bali belonged to which of the following fields? Such questions are asked sometimes. That this famous person from which field? So the answer is option A, cinema. And he was a very fine and a very famous actor. Okay, so Harveer has given the answer correct. Yes. AJ Rock, yes. AJ Rock, yes. Cinema is correct. AJ Rock and Harveer, you both are correct. Very nice. So he was a very famous actor. Okay. Okay, next one. Question number 13. Dash are financial instruments that generate proceeds for investment in environmentally sustainable and climate suitable projects. Okay, so anything that is environmentally sustainable. Okay, we want such projects. We do not want projects that are only focused for development. We do not want that anymore. Earlier we wanted that, but now we wanted projects. We want projects that are very useful, not just only for development but also for the safety and safeguarding of the environment. They should be environment sustainable and climate suitable. Okay, we do not want a heavy construction in the Himalayan areas. We do not want to cut Himalayan forest altogether, any forest for that matter, and build up factories. We do not want that. We do not do that anymore. Okay, whatever project should be climate suitable and environmental friendly and sustainable. So financial instruments, so we need funds for that. To do that we need money. So what kind of bonds help us to do that? So it's a very simple case. Whenever you see the word this, and in the option there is something called as the options are color based, like this for red, brown, green, blue. If you have color based and if you do not know the answer, just go with green. As I told you, environment, climate for green, blue economy for ocean, anything to do with water or resources, water resources or ocean resources, blue. Okay, so that is the way to construct things. Okay, so MP Singh has also given the answer A for Arun Bali. I want to tell you guys that I get to see your comments a little late. There's a at least I think 5 to 10, 15 minutes delay, 15 seconds delay when you see the answer, when you type and when I receive it. So I might be going a little forward. Okay. So it is, the answer is green bonds. I hope it is clear. Okay, next one. So next one is very simple because it's a very straightforward factual question. There is no understanding behind it. Okay, it's a very straightforward factual question. Recently, a cyclone named Dash hit Bangladesh. Recently, a cyclone named Dash hit Bangladesh. So I would leave you with the question to have a small water break. Let us answer the question, please. Okay, so a cyclone named Dash hit Bangladesh. See, Bangladesh is a low-lying country, okay, and it is in the vicinity of course, Bay of Bengal, and Bay of Bengal is an area which sees a lot of cyclones. Arabian Sea, on the other hand, when we see about the western coast of India. So western coast of India sees a lesser number, a fewer number of cyclones when compared to the eastern coast of India. Okay. We would discuss about cyclones and everything in geography in detail. So we would also be coming up with CHSL sessions on the Exampur app. Okay, on the Exampur app, when the CHSL notification would be out, we would be rolling out some courses, okay, some paid courses. So if you would want to study, I want to prepare for CHSL, Exampur is the station your train should stop at. Okay, Exampur station is the place where your train should stop at, your preparation train. Okay, so start from Exampur. Okay. Okay, so correct answer is option A, Sitrang. So name of cyclone is Sitrang. Okay, answer is A, Sitrang. And there's something called as Ganymede. Ganymede is not a cyclone. Ganymede is a moon, is a natural satellite of Jupiter. It is the biggest moon. Okay, it's the biggest moon. Or you can also say largest moon. Largest moon of Jupiter. Largest moon of Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter has, I think it has more than 50, 60 odd moons. So the biggest one, the largest one is Ganymede. Okay. So just to tell you something extra, Ganymede, Callisto, Io, and Europa. These are 4 moons of Jupiter. These are 4 moons of Jupiter, and they are called as, collectively, they are called as Galilean moons. Okay, Galilean moons or Galilean satellites, because excuse me, because it was discovered by Galileo. Galileo discovered these. So collectively, these are called as Galilean moons, and they are actually of Jupiter. Okay, moons of Jupiter. Okay. Sometimes this question is asked generally that Ganymede, Callisto, Io, and Dash. The fourth one is given a blank. Are collectively called as Galilean moons. So which is the fourth one? So they might give you this one. Okay. So cyclone, and just another important or interesting thing I want to tell you that in Indian subcontinent, in India, in the region, in the Indian Ocean region, these are called as cyclones. It's called cyclone. Okay, in Japan or in the Japanese area and around that area, in Pacific Ocean around the Japanese area, the same thing is called typhoons. The same thing is called typhoons, and the same thing if it occurs in the United States area around that in the international waters, in the ocean around USA and Canada, then it is called hurricane. Same thing, same purpose, devastation. Okay, same thing, same purpose, devastation, but different names. Cyclone here, typhoons in Japan, and hurricane in US, Canada. Okay, so this is done. Let's see the next one. Okay, next one is which Bollywood actor has been declared the national icon for Election Commission of India? So for ECI 2000 in 2021 for Election Commission of India ACI, which of the following Bollywood actor has been declared or has been made the Bollywood icon, the national icon? So who among the following? Pankaj Tripathi, Rajkumar Rao, Manoj Bajpayee or Nawazuddin Siddiqui. So you have to tell me who among the following has received this honor, I would say, who has been made national icon by Election Commission of India. All right. Let me see if you can answer this one. Okay. So is it Pankaj Tripathi, Rajkumar Rao or Manoj Bajpayee or Nawazuddin Siddiqui? The correct answer is option A. Option A, Pankaj Tripathi is absolutely correct. And why it is correct? Because Pankaj Tripathi is a very famous actor now. But not just that, he has done a movie. He has done a movie called Newton. He has done a movie called Newton, where he played a role of CRPF officer. CRPF officer who was given the task. In the same movie, we had Rajkumar Rao also playing the lead protagonist or the lead role. But Pankaj Tripathi was also an important integral part of the movie, and he was tasked with conducting elections. He was tasked with the job of conducting elections. So CRP officer in a jungle area which was infested with conflicts. Okay. So and also Pankaj Tripathi has a mass reach, not just in urban areas but also in rural areas, because of some amazing body of work that he was able to do recently. Okay, so CRP officer Pankaj Tripathi. And right to vote is just not your legal duty. It's just not one of the fundamental rights that you have, right to vote, but also it is a not just right but also a duty, that if you are above a certain age, if you are above 18 and above, and if you can vote, then please vote. Okay, you and I and we cannot complain that we do not like the government, or this job is not done, or that road is not made, or this is a traffic problem. If we are not doing our duty, then we have no right to complain at all. Okay, and exercise your right to vote. Exercise your right to vote and be a responsible and contributing citizen of the country. Okay, chalo, we'll move on. Next one, Chorabari Glacial Lake region. So they have given us a region here, a glacial lake region, was seen in the news recently. In which state it is located? So such questions are very nice, because such places, they might come in the exam and they might go. For example, Morbi rope bridge incident that we observed in the previous questions. So there's also an incident, an avalanche. Okay, an avalanche occurred. The incident avalanche occurred in that glacial lake region. So they are asking in which of the following states? So Harveer, I would request you to answer. I would request AJO Rock to answer, and I would request MP Singh and all the other people who are watching the session but not participating in the comment section. It is a crime to do that. It's a crime to do that. Okay? But I want you to participate, because when you are participating, I also get to know that you are listening, you are following what I'm saying. It's a kind of feedback. It's more like conversation. We're having a two-way street. So I am here in the studio. I am dictating on the answer. I'm explaining, but I would love to have some sort of feedback, as written. So that will really, energizes my spirits also. Okay, so Chorabari Glacial Lake region was seen in the news, located in which state? So it is located in the state of Uttarakhand. It is located in the state of Uttarakhand. Okay. Now, there was this incident, a big avalanche happened in the Kedarnath region, okay, near that area, but all well, nothing happened, nothing major happened. Okay, so avalanche is actually when you see you have a big mountain, and during winters you have a thick layer of snow, So when huge the mountain is, let's just say the mountain is around 3000 meters to 4000 meters, that is around 3 to 4 kilometers in height. and if there is if there is snow, at least on the first 1500 or 2000 meter, 1.5 to 2 kilometers of snow. Now, any small event or any major or any big noise or any event can trigger the sudden downfall of snow. So imagine if you are at the extreme end, or if you are standing here and there is snow here, and something or the other happened, the snow would directly come down. Snow, huge, 1.5 kilometer, 2 kilometer, in that humongous area, that whole snow will come down at you, and there would be no chance for survival. So avalanches are very real and very, very severe in such areas, in such places. Okay, so whenever you visit, exercise extreme caution. All right, chalo, next one, we'll move on. Okay, so here we have the schedule that is given to us. So Monday we have my class for current affairs at 8 to. So my classes would be every day. My classes would be every day from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, for current affairs, and I would also be visiting you guys on every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. From 3 to 5 p.m. for geography. Yesterday was Saturday, so Wednesday and Saturday, the two days when I also have classes, 3 to 5 p.m. for geography, and every day 8 to 10 a.m. for current affairs. So current affairs is solid, 8 to 10 every morning for 2 hours, and 3 to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, on Saturdays, geography. Okay, so Wednesday is done, and this is your Saturday. So 3 to 5 p.m. for geography. Okay, and also on Monday. So this is so it's more like revision course for CGL, right? 21 days to crack. So we are putting our utmost effort even on Sundays. So I want you guys to appreciate and like and subscribe if you are watching session, and if you're not liking it, like it. Okay, it's not done. Like the session, give a thumbs up, give your appreciation, and share it. Subscribe the session, subscribe to the channel, and share the session to as many people as possible. People who are studying for the exam, you happen to know someone, give it out to them, this link for current affairs. And if you happen to know nobody, then you can share it in your family WhatsApp group, because current affairs, you should be updated. It is imperative and important for everyone. Okay, and if you are someone who is still in college but wants to prepare, so I would recommend this session, because that would get you accustomed to that kind of questions and also build up a solid foundation. Okay, because when you start for the examination and then you go for current affairs, it will be a big thing. But as you can start from now, slowly, little, and do some questions also, that would eventually set your base, because there are same countries in the world, same organizations in the world, same books, same reports, some indexes which come annually. So once you're through with them, second, third time, you will like, I know all this. So that would really help in your preparation. And current affairs is a major part. 25 to 30% of the questions in the CGL exams come from current affairs. So that is the power of current affairs. Okay, chalo. Let's move to the next one. Sundays, yes, current affairs going on right now. Next one. Yes, so next one we have, which of the following countries? Which of the following countries is the leading exporter of basmati rice to the global market as of 2021 to 2022? So leading exporter of basmati rice in the global market is it China, Iran, USA, India? Which is the correct one? The correct one is India. Mera Bharat Mahan, we are number one in basmati rice. Alright, next one. Which state UT launched a 15-point winter action plan to curb air pollution? We would be doing a little in a speedway. Okay, we'll just put our car in our overdrive gear, the fifth gear, and just move on quickly. Which state UT launched a 15-point winter action program to curb air pollution? Is it A, Punjab, Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan? The correct answer is Delhi. So the government of Delhi has come out with a noble initiative, 15-point program to winter action plan to curb air pollution. If you happen to live in North India, and especially in NCR region, and especially in Delhi, then you will know that the quality of air that deteriorates after Diwali, and when we have onset of winter, the quality of air goes through the roof. It's 300, 400, 500 on AQI. That's terrible. Okay, next one. Luhansk and Donetsk, which were seen in the news, were areas located in which country? So Russia and Ukraine war is going on. So Russia has acquired Okay, some land, some cities, and Luhansk and Donetsk are in Ukraine. So Russia got them. Russia is trying to get them in Russia. So answer is C, Ukraine. Next one we see, as per UGC guidelines, what is the percentage limit of seats for foreign students in higher educational institutions? That means UGC is telling the higher education institution, for example universities, that how much percentage of the total enrolled people we can have as foreign students. That means if we have 100 students in your organization, in your university or in your higher education institution, then 25 can be foreign students. Okay, 25% can be foreign students, and rest 75% can be Indian. Okay, foreign students not more than 25%. Okay, because they want to give benefits to Indians first, major quantity, major portion Indians. Okay, next. Universal Science Obligation Fund USOF is associated with which union ministry? So Universal Service Obligation Fund, they would get into manufacturing. They would get manufacturing of communication instruments inclined towards rural needs. So answer is option A, Ministry of Communication. The next is, which city has been named the first in Swachh Sarvekshan Awards 2022? If you have been following Swachh Sarvekshan Awards, you understand that the answer is option B, because Indore is doing amazing work. Indore is keeping it in the administration of Indore really know how to keep Indore clean. So Indore is the correct answer. Next, as per the recent Indian Railways policy, by which year the fleet of vehicles of railways would be replaced by electric vehicles. So this is about time. About time we need to move away from coal. We need to move away from diesel. We need to move away from biofuels. So electric vehicles. So barring coal, except coal, rest all like diesel, biofuels, all those engines, all the trains who are running with the use of these will be converted to electric by 2025. So answer is 2025, and with coal, including coal, everything would go electric by 2030. So 2030 for everything electric, but on a fleet of railway, fleet means a portion, not entire, a portion of it. So portion includes running with diesel, running with biofuel. We'll change it. Okay. So next one. Next one is, which city was the host of General Assembly for Interpol? Interpol is International Criminal Police Organization. Leon, Seattle, New Delhi, Dhaka. So it was in New Delhi. It was the second time that this conference, General Assembly of Interpol, is in New Delhi. First time was in 1997. So this is the second time. And also, when you see Leon, that means it is the headquarter of Interpol. It is the headquarter of Interpol. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Next is, which team won the 61 Subrata Cup under 17 boys? So who won it? It was Pilgrim HSS from Nagaland. And whenever you see Subrata Cup, understand it is for football. Okay, it is for football, and they Nagaland won it. Okay, and they defeated a team from Chandigarh. Okay. Next is, okay. So these were the excuse me. These were the questions from question of the day that I asked you. A joint special forces exercise Khanjar is annual affair between India. So Khanjar is an exercise that is between, what a beautiful name Khanjar, hai na? For a military exercise, very apt name. So Khanjar for India and Kyrgyzstan, between India and Kyrgyzstan. Okay, let's see the other one. The Mangrove Alliance for Climate was launched by UAE. So if you remember, we did something called as COP27 of Conference of Parties 27, right? Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt, that is going for climate. So COP27 is the platform, any big event where a lot of countries come together. Awan, good morning Awan, good morning. Awan has joined in. Very nice. So when you have an international event where is a big platform and every important countries from the world, they come along to meet and discuss on something very important. There's also where 2 to 3, 4 to 5 countries, they move out and they have side meetings. Okay, They are also discussing the main objective. For example, COP27, they're also discussing about climate change or any main event. But on that main event, they can have side meetings. Okay, let's just say the meeting is from 10 to, the main event is from 10 to 2. From 4 to 6, they can have side meetings. Okay, they can meet all the ministers and everyone, dignitaries involved, they can have side meetings. Okay, so similarly, UAE and Indonesia had a side meeting, and they got into Mangrove Alliance for Climate. Mangrove Alliance for Climate. Okay. Next is National Maritime Heritage Complex is located in which state? National Maritime Heritage Complex. Maritime is to do with sea, ocean. Okay, travel in ocean, when we send out goods. Okay, goods and commodities. Okay, so this is in Gujarat. Gujarat, and rightly so in Gujarat, because it is a littoral state. It has coastline, so makes sense for maritime complex. And other important thing, it is near Lothal. This complex is near Lothal. Lothal was a very important port city of the Harappan civilization, of Indus Valley civilization. So India's first port city was at Lothal, and people from Harappa were able to, do exchange of commodities and goods with people of other people of Sumeria and other regions. So this was from Lothal. They did from Lothal. So this complex is near Lothal. Okay. Port city of Harappa. I would say port city of Harappa, so that would be easy for you to remember. Port city. Harappan civilization. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay. So Awan is giving some amazing facts. Thank you, Awan. Kazakhstan is the largest producer of uranium. Very nice, very nice. Awan always give us some amazing facts. Thank you for that, brother. Okay, next question. Which city was host to the first ever National Coal Conclave Exhibition 2022? Such events and such cities are generally asked, so try to remember them as much as possible. So answer is New Delhi. Okay. Okay. So with this question, we have come to the end of the current affairs session, the revision session for today. We have revised the current affairs from the last 2 days. On Sunday, Sundays are dedicated for revision. From Monday onwards, that is from tomorrow onwards, 8 to 10 a.m. Revision for previous months. Okay, CGL revision is going on. So previous months I'll be discussing. So make sure you come and visit and attend the session. These classes are very important. They are quick revision for you and very important to remember. So thank you, Harveer. Thank you, AJ Rock. Thank you, Awan. And thank you everyone else who has watched the session and shared it and subscribed to the channel. Leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up and like the session if you haven't already. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. to our current affairs class. See you guys. Take care and enjoy your Sunday. Thank you. End of this.